All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create environmental variables to use in Python. And we're going to do this in Terminal on a Mac. The process is very similar on a PC. All right, so why use an environmental variable? So they're great for storing things that you want secure. Think of things like API keys and passwords. You can store them separate from your code and just call them in as needed when the program is running. Okay, so to do this, starting out in Terminal, you're going to use the export command. You can just put this right into Terminal and press enter, and this will set this variable, myCoolVar, equal to whatever's in the quotes here. So this works great and will work for one session or one use of your terminal window. But once you exit out of Terminal and you go back in, it's no longer going to be available. So if you want to be able to use this across sessions, I'm going to recommend you update your zshrc file, and that's the file that's used on Macs. And all you do is you open that up using the nano. I'll show you in a second what that looks like using the nano editor. You add this line, the same line that I talked about putting into Terminal, and then you exit out of nano by just pressing Control X and then Y, and then press enter to save and exit. And then you're going to run this command, the source command, in Terminal, and that makes it so that from that point on you will have access to the variable that you created in that you added to your zshrc file. And I'll show you how you can use it, but it looks like this. You can access it using the import os and simply create any variable. You can name this whatever you want and make it equal to os.environ.get, and just the name of the variable that you created. As long as that matches, it will grab it, and you can test it out by just printing it out here. So let's go through it real quick. So I'm gonna be in Visual Studio Code, but you can honestly just do this right in Terminal if you want it. Let me go ahead and just copy this. And so I'm just using the terminal that comes with VS Code. And now, as you see, I'm actually in the the file I talked about, the zshrc file. And I'm going to grab this right here because that was the name of my variable in my code. So I want to make sure it matches up. So I'm just going to paste that in. Again, you can update this to whatever you want. And then, as it says here, Control X to exit, Control X, press Y, and then press enter. All right, so I'm out of there now, and I'm going to put in that command I talked about, the source command, press enter. All right, and so now that variable should be accessible. And so I'm going to run this code that I have right here, and I'll just show you. I'll run it from my terminal. And that was Python 3 environmental variable.py. And there it says the value of my variable is mySecretValue. That was exactly what I put in there, so that worked perfectly. So that's it. That's the workflow for creating an environmental variable and be able to access that in your Python code. Let me know if this works out for you and if you have any follow-up questions. Thanks.